Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing some recent Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 4 news, leaks, and everything in between, especially following the entire Season 4 cast list that was leaked from a dubbing studio, which of course unveiled pretty much every character in Season 4 Part 1 of Ninjago Dragons Rising, and how many episodes each character will be in. And also for some characters, how many voice lines they will have. We are still waiting on the entire list of voice lines. I will be doing a big update video once we do get all of those. However, given everything that we know so far, it's very obvious that finally in Dragons Rising Season 4, we will see the return of Empress Beatrix, who we have not seen since Dragons Rising Season 1. And again, while these are still very early leaks and subject to change, it does look like so far Empress Beatrix has quite a bit going on in Season 4. She will be in 3 episodes, including the Season 4 Part 1 finale, and will have 103 speaking lines total. That is quite a bit for Empress Beatrix. In my opinion, this very much means that Beatrix herself is not only returning, but will also be one of the major characters, possibly even one of the main villains in Dragons Rising Season 4. But where exactly does she tie in? What about the Loyalists and the Elemental Monsters? Where are they in all of this? Well, I feel like, honestly, all things considered, Empress Beatrix could totally be allying herself with the Elemental Monsters and with the Loyalists, possibly even being the secret leader of the entire army. We have speculated about that in the past, the idea that Empress Beatrix could actually be one of the Loyalist leaders. In fact, the chief Loyalist here is also listed as being in a ton of episodes. And while it is true that, again, they are listed as separate characters, maybe we are looking at a crystallized Harumi type of situation, where in the early crystallized episodes, she was known as the Kabuki Mask, who, behind the scenes, was treated as an entire separate character, complete with their own voice actor and voice lines. So maybe in Season 4, we could see something similar. Maybe this chief Loyalist shows up, but then is revealed to be Empress Beatrix, and maybe she switches between the personas and has different lines for each. Thus, again, behind the scenes, they would be treated as separate characters. Not to mention, there are many other characters too that appear on this list that are actually from Imperium. Dr. Leroux is back, appearing in several episodes, even the same ones as Empress Beatrix. And we also know, thanks to a recent Dragons Rising Season 4 book, that the fight will eventually go to Imperium itself. That has been stated several times before. So with all of this in mind, I would not be surprised if the Loyalists are simply just people loyal to Imperium, as Empress Beatrix saw Imperium. Obviously, Imperium nowadays is a lot more tame compared to what it used to be, but maybe there are still some Imperians out there, like Sora's parents, for example, that are still very much loyal to the Beatrix way of living. So when Beatrix returns in Season 4, maybe this Loyalist army is simply just comprised of people that are loyal to Beatrix herself. And maybe the Elemental Monsters tie into this as well. Maybe wherever Beatrix ended up following Dragons Rising Season 1, well, maybe that's where she found the Elemental Monsters. She could be combining both of her armies together to create the army that we see in Dragons Rising Season 4. I personally am rather excited for that if that does end up happening. I do believe, again, the Elemental Monsters probably won't talk, and that's why they're not featured in any of these cast lists, but several Loyalists do, and several Imperians do as well, thus again making me suspect that all of this is related to the return of Empress Beatrix, and she will in fact be the main villain, at least for the first part of Dragons Rising Season 4. If that does end up happening though, I am curious as to where exactly Jordana is in all of this. I might make a separate video talking more about her at a later date. But until then, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. What exactly do you guys think about Empress Beatrix coming back in Dragons Rising Season 4, and also having a rather big role, all things considered? Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Peace.